Venice is the movie. You know, when I was sort of getting started in this business, I would always read these wonderful tales in the magazines of your sort of booze-inspired sort of weekend escapades. Hope that doesn't sound insulting.
Not in the least.
Have you got a good one for me?
Well, most of the booze-inspired escapades wind up in some sort of strange circumstance, but I'll tell you one that I've never told publicly ever before.
Oh.
And it's not a riotous giggle, but it's booze-inspired.
Yeah.
We were filming in the Orinoco Delta in South America, and the Orinoco River runs right down into Amazonia to the Amazon basin, and it's Canaima and Angel Falls, you know, the highest waterfall in the world, a mile high. And we couldn't film for various logistical reasons. And we were stuck, the film unit, in a little hotel in a deserted former boom oil town, which was no longer booming. And with nothing to do, except being in this amazing part of the world. And we had a little hotel called the Rasil. It's in Puerto Ordaz, known as the Green Hell to the revolutionaries, because it's mosquitoes and stuff. And we had the use of a chopper, a helicopter. Gilbert Chaumard, who was a French stunt pilot, a brilliant pilot. And we would go around looking at choppers and looking at alligators and God knows what else. And we realized that we were in historical territory. We were near Angel Falls. And Johnny Angel it's called Angel Falls after a Texan aviator who landed his airplane on this table mountain where Angel Falls is. And it's a mile high and called Angel Falls after the Texan. So we went to have a look at this square mountain, and the airplane is still there. And then we went to look at the falls with Gilbert and me just wandering around. I was co-pilot on a chopper. And we looked, and the falls come out of a hole underneath the top of the mountain, which is a flat top, about 10 yards underneath, and come out in a great gush and then fall for a mile. Right. When we got back to the hotel, which we landed on the roof of, we went into the bar and began a long, long discussion about the possibilities of whether it would be possible to land a helicopter on top of Angel Falls itself, on the rock above it, not where Johnny Angel did, which is 200 or 300 yards away. I mean, really on the top. Then we had a few more drinks, and it became infinitely more sensible. And we began to work out how much fuel he'd need, what direction, how much weight in the chopper, and we decided that we'd do it. Well, came the weekend afterwards. We'd sobered up. We were very sober for this particular occasion, I can assure you. And Gilbert had stripped the chopper completely, just the skeleton, so there'd be no weight. And in the back was my then wife, Sean Phillips, poor lady, and a photographer called Bob Willoughby, a distinguished photographer, claimed to be a photographer, was in fact an art connoisseur, an art dealer, and lover of beauty, and an archaeologist, and he carried a shovel in his car. But he had no idea that we were going to Angel Falls until we got to Angel Falls. And we started going slowly up and slowly up this mile of falls. And I heard Bob say, "Oh, no." And we got to the top, and there was this rock, which I still see it in my mind now, shaped like a grand piano. And Gilbert slowly, 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 pop. And we were there. We'd done it. It's an aviation feat. I don't think anyone's ever done it. Bob had the wit to take a couple of photographs. You can see Gilbert looking around for any cloud that can come like that, because you're dead. Right. And my then wife was wearing gardening gloves and doing a little bit of cuttings. And I'm flat, looking over the top, looking down at a mile of water. And then the clouds came in. Gilbert couldn't start the engine because of, it might just shudder off and be no control. So he had a way of doing it, which was to fling it off with the engine on, and then let the wind
jump start it. Yeah, a good idea.
But it was our only way off. So we climbed in very gingerly, and oh, crying out loud, zoom, and off we went. And as we were zooming down like a rock, they started, and tick-a-tick-a-tick-a-tick. And with great safety, we went all the way down, and at the bottom of the Angel Falls is a river called the Karoa, which is blood red. And we followed the Karoa river, I understand about Mr. Freud, yes. And we landed in a place called Jungle Rudi. Now, Jungle Rudi was a German who felt that it was better to be in Venezuela in 1945 than it was to be in Germany. And he lived in the middle of the jungle, Jungle Rudi, and I'm pleased to tell you that he was being eaten alive by leprosy. And we went in there, and we drank every single drop the man had stored for over a year. And then we had a shooting competition. And it goes on and on.
Man, well, I'm glad you made it here tonight. Now tell us, I want to tell people about Venus. Marvelous job in this film. Tell people about this clip, who you play. You're an older man who's sort of taken.
Well, I'm a dirty old man.
Well, I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
Who takes a fancy to a rather sluttish young woman. Whether the dirty old man and the sluttish young woman would describe themselves in those terms, I doubt. Yeah. And I think the film is an examination, in fact, of those two simple platitudes we throw around.
Okay, let's see this clip here. You play an actor.
That's right.
And this is
a very old actor.
These are the only parts you can get playing corpses. Right. On TV shows. It made me laugh. Let's take a look.
Dad, don't leave us. Don't leave us. No, goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dad.
And cut.
I've been at it like a dog all day. I'm utterly broken.
What were you playing?
A corpse, more or less.
Typecast again.
Wonderful, wonderful. Look, I know you have to go. I want to wish you good luck this weekend at the Oscars. I can't tell you what an honor and a pleasure it was to have you here tonight, sir. So thank you so much. So Peter